Hello. If I had to liquidate all my positions and choose one stock to go all in, it would be Palantir. Why?
If you want to succeed in business as a founder, early investor, early employee, as an entrepreneur, you always aim for monopoly. And we can have a debate about when that's good or bad for society as a whole, but on the inside, you always want to have monopoly. You want to be doing something that's so different, that's so good, that's so terrific, that nobody else in the world is able to do it. We're talking about innovative monopolies where you do something new.
Palantir just released a video where CEO Alex Karp has literally changed the rules of engagement, and in my opinion this change could catapult Palantir to another level, with the estimated first quarter 2021 earnings call less than a month away. This could be the catalyst that could send the stock into hyperdrive. Stay tuned for these updates and more. For those of you new to the channel, I am the Simple Trader and I bring to you WPG stocks, yes, explosive exponential potential growth stocks that I'm looking to buy or already have sitting in my freedom portfolio. I am not a financial advisor, so please understand this is all for entertainment only. Full disclosure, I started a position in Palantir stock back in late November when it was trading around $18, and I have started adding shares when the stock fell through the $25 mark at the end of February. I am extremely bullish on Palantir stock long term, so please do take my drill with precaution. No more plugging, let's start drilling. Palantir just released a video of CEO Alex Karp telling us the coming plans for Palantir, and they could be game changing for the stock.
Welcome to my barn. We took our company public here. In this next phase, what we'd like to do is figure out ways we can help accelerate rebuilding supply chains, reopening, revisiting industries that are now coming back online, especially in the United States of America, where vaccine distribution is among the best in the world. What we learned, the most important thing we learned and have seen around the world, is that countries and institutions that have the ability to re-envision themselves have it because they have unfettered access to their data. We're going to go to the industries in America especially, but also globally, that are employing the most number of people and offer to emancipate, unchain, unfetter, and give them their data back for free, to allow these industries to make decisions that are in the best interest of their clients, their employees, and their countries. Palantir is also, in our view, the very best option for managing the data after we emancipate the data. The fact that our work in especially commercial and government in the US of A is just dramatically increasing should keep us at Palantir very close to what we like to do most, which is work on our company and work on helping institutions that help the countries we work in.
This could be absolutely huge, and can you imagine how many large companies worldwide would take the offer and try the Foundry platform for free? For me, this changes everything. The precise workings or how they would reap revenues, of course, is another question, but what is not a question is I believe that the reach of Palantir would now have a big chance of going viral, and we know what happens when something goes viral. Look at Facebook, completely free social platform. Google Drive, free up to 15 GB storage. McAfee, free to trial period. And Zoom, free for personal use. What I get from Alex Karp's words are, hey, you can now try the platforms for free. Just sign up. Palantir continues to win contracts and engage with more and more private sector customers. April the 20th, Palantir and large Swiss media company Ringier AG announced they have renewed their strategic partnership to provide Ringier with software to further its digital transformation and accelerate its shift to a digital-first global media company. Ringier will leverage Foundry to expand its reach and enhancing the relationship to its audience. April 5th, Palantir were awarded a 5-year $89.9 million contract by the NNSA, the National Nuclear Security Administration, to provide a platform that will enable safety analytics, forecasting, and evaluation reporting under the SAFER project. SAFER will help the NNSA in their mission to manage nuclear security by allowing it to best allocate its human and financial resources to prioritize safety. This is a big win in a new US governmental department that secures services for 5 years. This for me is huge, and like I've always said, for me Palantir is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is a long-term investment into the future where I believe software, data analytics, AI, and machine learning will eventually become the norm. These wins with the US government are for me stepping stones to the ultimate goal of global domination, and I see no realistic competition in sight. That puts Palantir into the realms of being a monopolistic unicorn.
How many companies, startups are out there in the country right now that are focused on national security in some form or fashion and that have reached so-called unicorn status?
Well, by my count, the number is 2. If we look at companies started since the end of the Cold War, last 30 years, 1989 to 2019, they're SpaceX and Palantir. I was co-founders of Palantir, and I was the first outside investor in SpaceX. I've been heavily involved in both of those. And I think there's always sort of like a glass half full, glass half empty version. The glass half full version is that I think innovation will get driven by, a lot of innovation gets driven by smaller companies that get started and that scale over time. And so this is absolutely critical. When not that many people are doing it, if you're one of the few who does it, there's a lot of opportunity.
March 11th, Palantir announced a 6-year strategic partnership with Faurecia, who are one of the world's leading automotive technology companies that I have never heard of. Foundry will be used to gain further insights into its data across the company, from its manufacturing to its purchasing, for engineering to finances. It literally means Palantir will become the operating platform for the entire company. And what does that mean? Essentially, when Foundry is integrated on that scale, it will no longer become a nice to have. It will be integral to the DNA of this company moving forward. This is why I do not see these multi-year contracts as being multi-year. Quite simply, what we are witnessing, I believe, right now is the root beginnings of something like the Umbrella Corporation in Resident Evil.
Something like Palantir is the key to stopping major terrorist attacks. I don't think we're going to do it by projecting military force throughout the world. I think we will do it by sort of very cleverly uncovering these conspiracies before they come together.
Some have expressed concern that your clients could actually use Palantir to do evil things. Do you worry about that?
There's always a two-edged part to these technologies. Technologies are never intrinsically good. There's always a question how they can be used or abused. I do think there are a lot of checks in place in Palantir.
Someone described it as it's kind of like plugging into the Matrix.
One government agency that gave us a bunch of data, and during the demo we discovered a terrorist plot that they had not even suspected existed, and it led them to conclude they had to reclassify all sorts of data as classified.
So would you say that Palantir has helped thwart multiple terrorist plots?
I suspect that's true.
When I look at Palantir's price action, it is a clear sign we are at the strong level of support, which is around $21. We have hit this support on 5 previous occasions, and we are right here again. I predict the stock will trend back up imminently, and that could be triggered if the current market correction in tech stocks reversed. The institutional investors are starting to load up, as we can see from Thiel. The ownership has crept up to 18%. This is big. And look who is at number 2 in the holdings, none other than largest hedge fund in the world, BlackRock. Put into context that Cathie Wood and ARK Invest continued to load up their boat and bought over 1 million more shares on Tuesday's trading.
Now, Cathie Wood's ARK Invest just added you to their fund. She's got a huge retail following. Just today, there's been a ton of chatter online among retail investors about Palantir. How do you feel about this new interest?
We're proud of our investor base. We're excited by the folks who are cheering us on and really believe in our long-term vision here. I would reiterate Alex's position in our own. I've been at Palantir for 15 years. I certainly hope that I'll be lucky enough to be here for 15 more. And we're building a really sustainable business for the long term that we think can be one of the most important software companies in the world.
The signals point to a strong imminent upsurge, and this could be triggered any day leading up to the next earnings call. Why? Because in their end of year 2020 results, Palantir dropped a nuclear bomb that I think has been slightly overlooked. They stated they are expecting Q1 revenues to grow at a rate of 45% year over year. This is absolutely huge, and if they actually manage to turn profitable for the first time ever, then I can see the stock gapping up huge. To summarize, I believe Palantir have woken up a bit, or simply up their game, and realize that they do need to change something or tweak their business model from time to time. And it's not just about upgrading the software platforms, the AI, the machine learning, the customer experience, etc, etc, but sometimes it can come down to a simple tweak in the business model, which then can drive and open the doors to that exponential growth. As Albert Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I think they just realized that their TAM, target addressable market, especially the commercial sector, really can't understand or see a clear picture on how the software works or how it can be tailor-made to bring them huge value. This new try it for free is a demonstration on how confident Palantir are with their products that they are now willing to let potential customers in the large corporate companies to actually try it out for free with no strings attached.
That was really the first problem we were helping all these customers with, is getting at their own data to make better sense of it, make better decisions with it to drive their business and survive or provide a public service. And really, Alex mentioned this on Monday, but we're going to be offering our software for free to all major companies around the world who employ large numbers of folks who are crucial, who make and produce and distribute things that are crucial to restarting the economy, to help get things restarted, help get back to full unemployment, make sure that no one is left behind simply because they're locked in old platforms.
I am sure there'll be many companies out there already mobilizing and signing up for this without question. The only question is how many. The offering of the Foundry platform to enterprises for free is just this big idea that I believe puts Palantir on the moon trajectory even quicker than I first thought possible. Thank you for watching, and remember, I am extremely bullish on Palantir stock moving forward, so please do take this video with a pinch of salt. If you are interested in WPG stocks that I have in my Freedom portfolio, please check out my other videos. For more huge growth stock picks, analysis and updates, please stay tuned and consider subscribing to my channel so you get all the information first. I am the Simple Trader, and I try to keep this simple, and will simply see you next time.